Hey, what's up, Wasi? What's up? Jordan, how's it going, man? How's it going, guys? How's the Reiki, Jordan? How are you using that? Have you been manifesting with it? Right on time. Now, though, what's up? We just talked today, right? We just talked earlier. Naldo is joining the order. Hey, guys, I'm open to any questions that you have. Okay, I'm doing this to entertain myself. We did a pleasure work. Yeah. Man, Naldo looks like a. Naldo's a hunk. I told him, man, you look like a pickup artist, a real one. This guy gets bitches for sure. I can tell, 100%, 100%. I was flattered, and I do. There you go. Yeah, that's good. That's the kind of guys we need in the order. Actually, we need um, fucking studs. Remember, I told you before. Girls want my DNA. Yeah, that's what they tell me too. They want mine too. They want my. They want my sperm. Anyways. Um, Hey, brother of the universe. Okay, what's that? Yeah, that's the kind of people we need in the order. Okay, we need studs, and we do, and we need gorgeous, gorgeous women in the order. That's what we need. Yeah, those are the types of people that we want. Yeah, the methods you taught me have been great. Been pushing myself to do more ancestral work lately. Very good. Yeah, absolutely. Dark Siren. What's up? What's up? Well, before we go into questions, and by the way, I mean, you can post any questions that you need. I mean, want to. Any questions that you want me to answer, type of it in now. And before that, I want to extend the invitation to anyone who thinks about joining the order, who hasn't heard about it yet. I'm opening up the order for new members. Okay, so the first task in order to join is you're going to have to find me on Facebook and private message me. Okay, that's not too big of a task. You can figure that shit out. Okay, so don't be shy. Don't be shy. You want to learn from me. You want to learn from the best. The order has been opened up. Okay. Um, we already have 10 new people, a little bit more actually. And what does it mean? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Bet. Okay, so that's it. That's the invitation. And now let's cover some questions here. Shannon. Is that you, Shannon Rose? Shannon Rose? We had a call yesterday, Shannon, right? I think we do. I think you're up quite late. Yeah. Yes, we did. Okay. What time is it over there? It's 12. It's midnight over there, right? Yeah. I'm going to work on my looks hard so I can get into the order. 1 a.m. Yeah, that would be recommended. Yes, please. Yes, please. It's like a modeling agency. We only want models there. Abigail. What's up? Abigail joined the order as well, right? She did. Her brother as well. What's up? What's up? Abigail. Can we talk about in between, half astral, half physical? I don't know what you mean. So what's up? Okay. I'm tired. I'm interested in magic with people getting enraged by practice in place of trivial pursuit. I don't know what it is, man. I just don't get what you guys are talking about today. I'm interested in magic with people getting enraged by practice in place of trivial pursuit. Veronica. Hey, Veronica. What's up? You joined. Veronica joined the order as well. The dimension of in between both dimensions. Okay, well, man, let me tell you. The astral, you're right. Okay, but we're speaking in a context of occultism here. Okay, and what has been called the astral is a dimension of more subtle energy. It's not physical. Okay, so it's things existing on a more subtle dimension. Okay, so if I was to present this idea and explain this idea in the context of a magical ritual, yes, I would definitely speak in terms of astral entities, contacting the elements and different demons and angels and spirits on the astral plane. However, we live in 2019, right? I think that makes sense. We live in 2019, and see, magic has evolved, and just as we evolve, the science of manipulating the physical plane through non-physical means has also evolved. So we can use different terminology. We can use simpler models just because we understand this whole science better. And let me give you a superior model here. Okay, you ready? Let me give you a superior model. The most superior model that I know to use in your craft consists of three levels of existence. Levels of existence. How do these three levels of existence differ? The first one, which is outside of the physical matter, energy, space, and time continuum, completely outside of it, is your true identity. This identity can generate thoughts and therefore energy at will. Okay, let me demonstrate this to you. Right now, consider all your worries as rocks all around you. Okay, whatever is stressing you out, whatever you're afraid of, whatever you're uncomfortable with in your universe right now, consider that as rocks all around you. Okay, see rocks all around you. Okay, you just gave shape to these sometimes very vague things in your life. Okay, so now do the following: send all of those rocks away into the distance and let them let them disappear. Okay, send them all away into the distance and let them disappear. Do that now. And you will quite literally feel a weight being lifted off your shoulder. You will feel lighter because you are lighter right now. Thoughts have real energy. They have real mass. And you have the choice. That thing that considers, which is your true identity, has the ability to create things at will, on demand. Okay, and you can reject things, but you can also accept them and create them. Okay, see, this is the problem that most people struggle with. Their own mind is fucking with them, but they're not aware that they can actually reject ideas. Okay, You can identify an idea that is in your mind and you can reject it. And you don't even have to know what exactly that idea is. Okay? You just characterize it in terms of something that worries me, something that makes me feel bad. Okay? And you can make yourself feel better just like this very quickly, you see? Because these thoughts, these energy particles, as they are, you can take control over just by considering something, okay? And now, let's do the opposite. Consider something that would make you feel amazing right now as a rock around you, okay? And now, in your mind, pull it into your sphere. Pull that rock into you. A rock that is a symbol for what will make you feel amazing right now. Pull it into your sphere and let it become one with you. Okay? So, see, what most people don't understand is that this other world is all around you at all times, okay? Now, if you identify with your mind and don't understand that you are outside of it and you're supposed to use it, control it, and it's just a tool to consider things and to reject things and to accept things, you are subject to somebody else's creations, which is not what you want to be, okay? Now, what we just did is already magic. That's already magic, you see? The only difference between something that manifests in the physical reality is the amount of energy that was put into the idea. And this is what the ritual is for. So we focus intensely on the consideration, on the idea that we created around us out of nowhere, out of nothing, you see? So understand that your speech is a weapon. It's a creation tool that you can use very strategically. But not only that, your mind needs to be designed by yourself. It literally needs to be designed. You need to, on a constant basis, bring things in that you want and push things out that you don't want. Okay, so instead of going into complicated models like the astral plane, the mental plane, the blah, 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 it's way easier to think of things like this. There's your true identity, which is outside of the physical matter reality, which includes the realm of thoughts, because thoughts have real world consequences. They have real world physical property. Okay. Then there is this subtle universe where you can create things instantaneously and you can discharge them and destroy them instantaneously. And then there's physical or materialized energy, okay, which is like this calendar here. That's materialized energy, which, look, I could just as well hold this thing in my mind, right? And what would be the difference between the idea of this calendar and the physically materialized calendar? The amount of energy that has been put into it, okay? Now you can replace the word energy density, okay, with the word information density, okay? These are interchangeable. So by focusing on something and entertaining it, you're giving it more and more and more energy, okay? So what we strive to do in the ritual is we focus so intensely on that thought that it actually gains so much momentum that it sooner or later will manifest in the physical world. How does that work? By, look, thoughts, ideas, they develop a gravitational pull, as you just experienced it, you know? When you sent those ideas away, you felt something lifted off your shoulder and you would actually be lighter. You see, if we had a very, very sensitive scale, you would actually be lighter as you have sent this stuff away. So you can discharge them on them, like, you can really command the ideas in your mind, you see? But look, since ideas have a gravitational pull, they can influence probabilities in the physical world. Okay, let me give you an example. Have you ever walked into a store or into a public place and right away you felt your emotions shift? Why? I mean, of course you have experienced this before, right? And sometimes these emotions were kind of negative, right? In fact, most of the time, they're negative, okay? So, why was that? And what was actually going on there? Well, these creations in the mind, they don't just affect you. If you're in a place that has a certain energy about it, it means that number one, somebody at one point started creating negative energy in that place. Not only that, over time, the entire place affects everyone that comes into that place to generate negative energy themselves. Okay, so there's a gravitational pull, a certain momentum, okay, a certain momentum into a certain direction. Okay, so certain places are much more likely to generate violence because people will be affected by the energy in that place. Okay, and this is what we use in witchcraft. We just energize an idea so long and make it so strong that it affects people's activities, people's actions, people's thoughts, emotions, and actions. Also, probabilities, likelihoods. This is what we work with, and things happen in our favor. So we control, first of all, our own mind, but as an extension of that, we control the larger universe. Okay, and they're interconnected. So there are two things that you need to master. You need to master discharging energies that you don't want to deal with, and you need to master creating energies on demand, thoughts on demand, ideas on demand. You see? So these are the two abilities that you need to master, as well as being in a state of mind, being in a state of consciousness where you are become aware of your true identity, which has nothing to do with this body that you inhabit, which has nothing to do with the thoughts that are being considered. You're a creator. You're just here to create this stuff and to discharge it. It's a game. It's a fucking game. You play a game here. That's it. But most people don't understand that, so they're being played instead of playing this game. You see? Now, I'm sure you can easily like transfer what I just said to the work with spirits and what that entails, because there's not really a difference. So the world in between and above, blah blah blah, what you just asked is once again, it's a complication of what is actually going on. We need clarity first and foremost. We need clarity. See, if you want to progress, you need clarity. So what I just gave you is a superior model to any other model that you heard about magic so far, guaranteed. Right? Why? Because it's the simplest and most applicable. Now, knowing this will allow you to go into any system and fucking kill it right away. Why? Because I just gave you a superior way of thinking about this whole stuff, this whole thing. And with that, armed with that, you can go into the Kabbalah. You'll understand what they're talking about. You can cut through all the bullshit and make it work for you. That's really what it is about, you see? That's really what it is about. See, you know, a lot of these occultists, they remind me of traditional martial artists, you know, traditional martial arts. Let's take, man, I don't want to offend anyone here, but like, who gives a shit? Okay, let's say Taekwondo, okay, a martial art that you're gonna have a hard time actually making something happen in a real fight, okay, or karate, or even things like Wing Chun, you know. These things, you will hardly find any of those guys being able to really make something happen in a real fight, because it's theory, and when you don't constantly work on applying this stuff, you have a tendency to put on more and more baggage, and it all becomes ceremony. It's more about the ceremony than getting actual results, you see, when it comes to a lot of people. So you got to constantly test and see what is actually necessary, and you will find that most is not necessary. Most of the things that you do in your witchcraft. Okay. Good evening, Frank. What's up, Ashley? Okay, is astral travel essentially dreaming and being in control of the dream itself? Mm, it's like lucid dreaming, you could say. It's similar to lucid dreaming. When I meditate, sometimes I'll start to feel, and it feels like I am seeing it. Example, I saw a child's. Okay, I saw, man. I'm sure you don't intend to have all these flaws in your grammar, but whatever. Okay, when I meditate, sometimes I'll start to feel, and it feels like I am seeing. For example, I saw a child play the doll from the movie and opened my eyes. I felt body reacting to it. Do you know what's going on? Man, I'm not going to go into that. Sincere question. Would a Christian praying for you or laying his hands on you affect you negatively in any way? Depends on his intention. But can it affect you 100%? Yeah. It's energy. Why not? Intention, energy. You see, hey, look, what we just did, that little exercise had an effect on you. So, yeah, of course, the way people think about you affects you too. Okay? The way people perceive you affects you. Okay? And that's why it's very important that you communicate correctly and better, okay? To not be misunderstood, which is what I'm working on right now. And a great way to do that is to, of course, study pickup and get better at that, which is what I'm putting a lot of time into at the moment. Okay, it's not just about seducing women, even though that's a big part of it, but it's also about, yeah, improving your communication, really. Try to do this with charisma. Sometimes it's super successful and sometimes a struggle. We'll work on it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Someone threatened me with prayer under the guise of help and trying to cast out demons that are going to ruin my life. Wondering if there's any damage that they can do, as my psychic senses seem weaker. Just discharge whatever was sent towards you. You see, is it possible to summon more than one entity at a time? Yes, I have felt two separate energies come into my circle during the same ritual. Thoughts? Yes, that's possible. Okay, when I'm doing mundane tasks, I find I slip in the astral plane and I can easily lose 30 minutes or more. How do I keep myself here? My brother can tell when I slip from here to the astral. Well, look, the reality is you only experience in the mind. You're not going there, you're not going here. Look, the mind is the interface between your true identity, which is outside of all of this, which is outside of the astral plane and the physical and your physical body. Does that mean you have this being that is just observing and playing this game, which is able to consider and discharge thoughts at will? And then you have the mind, which is the interface, which is your mental interface between that being and the physical world around you. It allows you to conceive of things, to understand things, and to act in the physical world. You see? So you're never fully in the physical. You're seeing and perceiving the physical world through a mental layer, through ideas. You see? Even if you're not fully aware of it, like why would you grab a bottle of water if you feel thirst? Okay, let me describe that process. What is going on? You have a concept in your mind of what a bottle is. You see? Even if you didn't had never seen exactly this shape of a bottle, you would recognize the bottle right away. Why? Because you have uploaded the concept of a bottle, the archetype of a bottle, somewhere in your mind. Right? So you're perceiving the world through a layer of a mind. Okay? Now, the mind is the interface through which you interact with this world. Most people, however, don't understand that it's not just physical interaction. The mind can non-physically interact with the physical world by conceiving of things and actually, bringing things into being in the physical world. You see what I mean? So I wouldn't worry about slipping into anything because you're just. It's about what you're focused on. It's about where your attention is. Okay, so put your attention on the task at hand when it needs to be there, and when if you can daydream. I mean, that's where discipline comes into play. And there is time to just daydream and to be in your mind and to do things. I think it's important to actually do something in the mind, okay, and to not just experience things there. Let's see, what is this? Hold on. Just got something. Yeah. Yeah, what I was saying is, I think you should actually do something in the mind, something productive, okay? You're here to create. If you get stuck in a thought or an idea, you simply have lost yourself. That being that you are can discharge, let go, and create things on demand. So if you get stuck in something in your mind, it's just that you've forgotten what you really are. You see what I mean? And this is, by the way, the basis of all psychosis, neurosis, and whatever people struggle with in terms of psychological and psychosomatic problems. Okay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the beginning. Once I upload this, go to the beginning of this live stream and do the exercise with me. Okay. Happy camper. Am I triggering something in you, happy camper? Am I unwinding your mind? Am I creating clarity inside of it? Am I creating enlightenment, the fire, the flame of enlightenment in my hand, and sending it over into your mind, and you're accepting it right now, and it removes all the blocks to understanding what it is, who you are, and what you're doing? Am I maybe lighting the torch inside of you, emanating in your soul, or from your soul, reaching out through all the illusions and lighting up the way into your future? Am I doing that maybe? Consider it. Maybe that's what's going on. Who knows? Finally got the name right. Thanks for the live, Frank, and the welcome. Yeah, Sam joined the order today as well. Happy camper. Okay. Thanks for your work is great, Frank. Very helpful. I came across your videos 2018 searching for Gnostic Luciferian. Nice. That's almost 2020. It's been a long ride. Well said, bro. The best is hands-on combat, like you mentioned before. Example, Krav Maga. Yeah, it's true. You didn't spell it wrong. I think that's what it's spelled like. Thanks, Mr. Wizard. You're welcome. So if the mind is an interface, with us not being entirely physical, we might be able to exist without a measurable body. That materialist dictate is not possible. Yeah, we're definitely able to exist without a measurable body, of course. Bune and I are finally working on that. I'm taking my success back today. I got hired on the spot with great paying job, and Bune helped me with that. I'm grateful. That's good. That's good. Don't forget to give the offering, though. Don't forget to give offerings. Happy camper. Thank you, Frank. I'm grateful. I do have a question about the astral realm. Is the astral actually another dimension of this world? No, it's just another density. Look, man, you see this phone? You see this phone? I can go online into, into the web anywhere where I stand, right? Like no matter, it doesn't matter where I am. Okay, so how the fuck does that work? How does this device allow me to access a worldwide web? Well, there must be something like invisible connections. What does it mean invisible? It's just my eyes can't pick it up. My physical eyes can't pick up the signals that this thing is receiving, right? Does that make sense? So does that exist? Like, does the signal that this phone is receiving exist in a different dimension? Yeah, that's what you could call it, or a different frequency. See, all these, it's terminology, man. That's what confuses people. Your thoughts are real things, okay? The astral plane is the dimension or the density that is thoughts, emotions, and all of that stuff. But that's not someplace elsewhere. That's not a different place or dimension, as you call it. It's just a different density that is not picked up with the physical senses. But you can pick it up with your energy field, your energy body, which is also part of you. Okay? Anything that's ever been thought and not destroyed afterwards is still part of the astral, and you're walking through a field of energy at all times. Look, if you walk into a different place, a store or something like that, and your energy shifts, guess what's going on? You're just interacting with energy all around you in the invisible. Could you call that the astral plane? Yeah, but don't complicate it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Okay? You're interacting with the astral plane at all times, right now, right the fuck now. You have to. Even the images that I just gave you, you could say astral images. Okay? I just spoke something into existence. Okay? Swimming pool. I just spoke that into existence. You had to consider it in your mind. So I transferred something out of my mind into your mind. You see? That's part of the astral plane now. Okay? Everything that I'm doing here are just concepts that I'm verbalizing and transferring them into your mind. You see? So that's an astral transfer, you could say. And now it's yours. You're welcome. Okay? This is also why this idea of scarcity is so whack. Do you get that? That's total, like, the scarcity itself is an idea. Your mind can generate things on demand. Do you see that? So you just need to consider things. What you're doing for the most part is, if you're experiencing the things that you don't want, you're considering the wrong things. So just consider something else. And I went into the creation process in some other lectures. Okay, just I watched those. So different density is different wavelengths. Yes, faster. The amplitude is smaller when it comes to like faster frequencies. Smaller amplitude. Okay, so more cycles per second. This is the definition of hertz. Okay, which is it's a hertz is used as a measurement. It's a unit, a physical unit to measure cycles per second. Okay, 1 hertz is 1 cycle per second. Let's say you had this one amplitude per second. Okay, this is 1 hertz. Okay, now you can have. There's no limit to how many. Okay, to how many hertz you can have. But this is essentially the speed at which it resonates or moves through space. I understand, thank you. And I'm also an electrician, so to speak, by trade. Great, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Good. Is it impossible to influence people around you when you astral travel? No, it's very possible. Hertz is used in subliminals for reasons such as healing, body changes, influence, like a scientific type of magic. No, hertz. Hertz is just the measurement of the frequency that you're using. You know, it's the units that you put behind the frequency. You see, that's what it is. There's no other type of frequency if it's not hertz. Okay, like hertz is what people agreed on to use as a measurement. Okay? Or to, yeah. Frank, I know it's all about energy and what you put in to create and get what you desire, but if working with deity, spirit, how important is that to have an altar? It's not absolutely necessary, but long term you should. The benefit is basically that thing gets imbued with that energy and it makes it easier. You don't absolutely need an altar. Subliminal affirmations, I should have said. Good. Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. I've been learning about solfeggio frequencies. And using tuning forks for sound therapy. Do you think this can help clear blockages in the energy body quicker or more efficiently than Reiki? No, definitely not. Might be helpful, but it's just not that powerful. Hello, by the way. What's up, Steph? Perfect, thank you. You're welcome. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I was live for how long? How long has this been going? I've been live for 36 minutes now. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Once again, let me extend the invitation again for the order. I've been we got 11 new members in the order, and well, I'm still keeping it open. So if you want to join, if you actually want to learn witchcraft from me, okay, if you want to be on like the real stuff, okay, like I teach a lot here. Is the order same as the Magic Mastery program? No, it goes deeper. So, look, if you are not on any of my programs, first of all, you don't know what I teach actually. Okay, so let me. You think I give a lot here? The programs are way better. Okay, because obviously people are compensating me for what I teach, so it has to be better. So, make no mistake. Okay, yeah, you're getting a lot on these calls or on these lives on my videos, but there's better stuff than that, okay? If you actually want to learn magic and if you don't want to sit here and be at the same level in 5 years because you just jumped back and forth between different teachers, between different systems, between this and that, different books. If you don't want to do that, you get into the order for sure, okay? Which is actually that's a great opportunity for you actually, okay? It's not necessarily something that's going to benefit me, but it's going to benefit you, okay? So you want to be in the order. And man, listen, it's about consistency. It's about consistency. It's about consistency. Also, what I would recommend for you is if you know somebody that can do what you want to do, that holds the knowledge that you want to hold. If you know someone who gets the results that you want to get, why would you study anything else? You see, I don't get that, because people jump from teacher to teacher to teacher to teacher. See, I'm telling you, a lot of those people out there that maybe talk about witchcraft and whatever, they would do well to study with me. They would do well to be on these lectures, and some of them are, okay? Some of them are for sure. And they would do well studying my shit, okay? So I'm telling you, you gotta focus, okay? You gotta find somebody that resonates with you, that actually makes things understandable for you. And I said it in a different video before. Somebody who makes things more complicated as you're listening to them, run, okay? Because a real master or somebody that really understands their craft is supposed to unwind the problems and show exactly how these can be resolved for you. You see what I mean? That's why you come to a teacher. That's why you learn. That's why you study from someone. Number one, you want to be able what that person, you want to be able to do and display what that person is displaying. That's number one. Okay. Number two, you want somebody that when you listen to them, you feel different afterwards, okay? The states of mind that you're looking for after listening to somebody is you feel more powerful, you feel more clarity, and you feel overall more capable of dealing with a certain subject that that person teaches. Because I'm giving you my mind. Do you understand that? As you're listening to me, I am speaking my mind over into your mind. And as that happens, my universe becomes yours. Okay? Now, does my universe feel more powerful in regards to magic than yours felt? 100%. 100%. Why? Because I fucking know my shit. You see? It's that simple. You guys are confused. You're just confused, okay? But don't worry. I'm here to unwind all of that confusion and to give you what you actually need and to actually show you how magic is done. Okay, so that's my job, that's my mission, that's why I'm here, and in the order, you're gonna get exactly what you need, what you want. Okay, so how do you get there? You just find me on Facebook, private message me, and then we're gonna set something up.